Hi folks, I'm Chris. Welcome to my round pen. Today we're going to work on something I do with all the colts, have them pick me up off the fence. First thing your horse needs to know is just basically how to have a signal for moving its hindquarters. And you can start that just by doing this simple circle. Here this mare is going forward, following my hand and my toes in all my directions. Now I'm going to ask for her hindquarters to step over. So I look at them, put a little sort of psychological pressure on them, have them step over. Then I'll have her change directions, follow my hand around, change hands on the lead rope, have her step her hindquarters over. Okay, now I'm going to head over to the fence. So the next step in this process is to take what we learned on our circle to give our horse a signal to move her hindquarters and get closer to us on the fence. But we have to start at the beginning. I'm going to send her between me and the fence. Then ask her hindquarters to move. Send her both directions. The reason I'm sending her between the fence and I is because the fence creates a little bit of pressure she'll want to leave from. I'm creating a little bit of pressure, so now we have pressure on both sides, which is what will happen when you first get on a colt. That's something that's a little difficult to simulate from the ground, but this is as good as we can do. Now, I'm going to start getting closer. You see her grab herself a little bit here. She touched the fence. It's the sort of thing she needs to get over. Again, I'm getting closer. I kind of want her to bump the fence a little bit and step hindquarters over. Good. You'll notice I'm pretty particular about getting those hindquarters to step over, because when I'm on the fence, I don't want half measures from her. I want her to step all the way over so she can get close enough for me to get on her from the fence. Yeah, she's starting to be a little less bothered on this left side. Oh, good job there. When she feels a little better about me on the right here, we'll get up on the fence. Good. Oh, a little better. Hindquarters. Let it, girl. Well, you may have to work at this quite a while on some horses not so much. Okay. Now this is pretty tight quarters here. She grabbed herself a little bit, but she says she's all right overall. Good. There she's brushing the fence. That's great. That's what I want. Lots of petting in here too. Can't hardly do too much. Good, that was great. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting her to move one step at a time close to the fence. Because when you get up there, you're going to have to position her, and it may be one step at a time. If all she knows is to kind of squirt by you on the fence when you get up there, that might be the first thing she tries. So, see, I've got her stopped. I'll pet her a little, move her up. Pet her a little more. This also gives her time to get used to me being right here at her side. Alright, I'll send her on through. Again, the hindquarters. A little more, kid. This side here, this is pretty critical because this is kind of what it's going to look like to her when you're up above her. Good. Just let her pause here a minute. rub on her, kind of touch her in various places, make sure she's okay with that. Send her forward. I may stop her here again. Send her forward. Send her on through. Good job. Okay, now I'm ready to get up on the fence. So, when we did the half circle earlier, you're going to see where it comes in handy here. I'm going to send her over. Now I'm going to ask for those hind quarters to step over, just like that. Oh, good girl. I'm trying to make this place on the fence here really nice for her. This is her comfort spot, or happy zone, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to spend a lot of time rubbing, petting. Move up a step at a time, just like we practiced. Good. I don't have to get radical yet. Mostly I want her to feel good with me over the top of her. A lot of times, especially those of you that don't start your colts from another horse, this might be the first time they see you up above their head. Sometimes that's a little shocking. I can get her used to the saddle moving around, stirrup touching her over here, me touching her behind. All stuff I'm going to do when I get on her back. Lots of petting. Okay, so moving along, I feel pretty good with this horse, but again, you may take a day doing that. I don't know, it just depends on the horse. The next thing I'm going to do is get one leg on the same side as her. Now, anytime I get in trouble, I can just stay on the fence and let go of her. Hopefully, if she tried to run past me, I'd have this. I could stop her and bend her hindquarters again. But I think we're good right now. I'm going to put some weight on this saddle now. I'm going to move a little bit. That's going to happen when you're on her back. I'm going to touch her on both sides. Notice I've never given up my spot on the fence here. Something bad happens, I'm riding the fence, not her. Uh-oh, she left. If your horse leaves, no big deal. You don't fool around, you just send her right back over, put her back to work, bring her right back up. Atta girl. She's already figuring out this is a nice place to be. Okay. One other great thing you can accomplish up here when it's below zero like it is today, you can warm your saddle up a little bit before you get on. Okay, now I'm sitting on this horse. Both feet are on the fence. I still have control of the lead rope. If she were to leave, I would just stand up. And I'm safe. But this gets her used to carrying live weight a little bit. I can move. Now she can see me out of her right eye a little bit. I might try moving the stirrup a little. All the time, I've got control of the lead rope, and I'm still hanging on to the fence too if something were to happen. Now I'm going to move on purpose, get her used to that. I'm touching her left ribs. She's nice and relaxed here. So here's where we really start preparing a horse for that first ride. I'm going to get both legs on the fence here, same side, because when I swing my right leg over, I never want to have my left leg on the outside of the fence. But my left foot is still on the rail here, okay? So I've kind of felt her out. She seems like she's taken everything pretty well. I'm going to try, just put a leg up there for a second. Back there, kid. Bring her back. She's figuring it out. Atta girl. Pet her a little more. I'm just going to get the foot here. Let her see that. Let her see it some more. Still rubbing, still petting. Good. I've got my left foot on the fence. So if she were to leave, I could just do this. Be safe. But from here, while I'm here, look at my right foot. I'm getting her hindquarters ready. Someday I want to be able to get on her like a drunk. I can start moving. Still safely attached to the fence. Putting a little more weight. My right leg can move. Practicing dismounting. Now as I get her a little more comfortable, one of the other things I can do, this isn't something I do until I felt like my horse is ready for it, but oftentimes when you first swing up over a horse, the fact that you're coming up from the ground bothers them. So I'll climb down the fence and then climb up a little bit. I'm going to get her repositioned. I don't want her to get comfortable away from the fence. She's too far out there. Atta girl. Right back there. Oh, that's nice, Mare. That's really nice. I want all this bumping and touching. Now that I feel like she can handle it. Good. So on a colt, you've just had your first ride. I always want to make sure that, that's good, Mare. I'm particular about stopping her only where I want her to stop. If I say that's good enough right there, that's what I'll get. But if I say, this is what I want, that's what I'll get. So I don't settle for anything besides that. Most of the time, I like to be able to take a step back and away from the fence because I don't want to teach my horse just to leave going forward. That may be a bad habit when I get on. Well, hope this helps you. I know it's helped me a lot over the years, and it sure helped a lot of horses. Thanks for coming to my round pen.